You want to know what makes me extremely happy? Is seeing that. A big green delivered on tracking. Let's head down to the mailbox, pick up some parts, and we should be able to get back to work and hopefully get the motor and transmission back in the Evo 10 today. This stuff right here should be everything you need to get the motor back in the car. There should be a throw-up bearing clip, and the transfer case bolts we've been waiting on. These three things have been holding us back. These and the Cerakote. We got the Cerakote done yesterday, so go check out that video. So I made a deal with myself. If I can get this car done within the next 2 days, I'm gonna be taking a vacation. It's Bobby's birthday, so if I can get this thing done, or not 100% done because we can't get the turbo kit on, but if we can get it like done except for the turbo kit, I'm taking a much needed vacation. So that enough right there is like lighting a fire under my ass to just get to work. And honestly, I just want to do a time lapse on everything, but I know that would be super boring for you guys to watch. Transfer case bolts, throw-up bearing clip, and throw-up bearing. So I just want to figure out and diagnose whether it was my throw-up bearing or my throw-up bearing clip. I want to see what failed. Well, it looks like it was the clip, or not the clip, the bearing, guys, which is wild. I'm gonna measure this. Yeah, look at this. I cannot get this thing out for the life of me. I want to measure it just to make sure. If you've never used an ACT monolock, they're pretty easy to use. All you have to do is put in a screwdriver, a flathead right here, push down the bearing, rotate the screwdriver, and it'll like pop out just like that. It's 10,000 smaller. There's like 12,000 smaller, which isn't a lot, but apparently that's enough. 12,000 smaller, huh? I also have been seeing the comments, is my clutch gonna handle the power? So clutches aren't rated by horsepower, they're rated by torque. This is a comp stage 3 we're running, and that is rated at, I think it's 545 foot-pounds of torque, which I don't think we're gonna be over that level, or probably not even close, honestly. I would guess like 450-ish foot-pounds. I don't really know. I need to get the car on the dyno for starters and see what it's gonna make, but I don't think we're gonna be 545 foot-pounds of torque, especially with like the setup we're at. Drop a comment down below if you have a similar setup and you're making crazy torque numbers. This clutch is literally in perfect condition. I've only ran it for a few hundred miles on the last build, then it blew up. Yeah, I'm excited that I found out the problem. It wasn't the ACT part, which is nice. Maybe I can just return that clip now because they are on the bit more expensive side. Let's get back to work. I want to get the motor and transmission back in the car today. I don't know how far we can get, but before we do, huge shout out to MA Performance for always hooking it up with super fast shipping and very good prices as well. It's like the cheapest prices around. To make it even cheaper for you guys, I do have a discount code, which is Devin5. Devin5 will save 5% off a lot of stuff on their site. So I'll have a link down below. Go check them out. Let's get to work. So as you guys just saw, it took 3 tries to get it to clip in and stay in enough to actually disengage the clutch. And that honestly kind of worries me. I don't know how many times it took in the past, but I think I'm gonna pull it back apart and put in the new ACT monolock just to be sure. I don't want to be doing this again. It's 70 bucks or 80 bucks. I can deal with the $80 loss to have that confidence in my mind that it's not gonna come back out. You know what I'm saying? We're only this far in. We only got 2 bolts in, so let's rip it back apart and do it right the first time. This is a different monolock collar. This one's a lot wider by like a 1/4 inch. I know there's 2 different versions. One's Evo X specific for the OEM Evo 10 clutch or pressure plate, and the other one is, I think, is for everything else. I don't know which one I need to use. So I don't know if I have the right clip. I have both versions of the clip. The used one is the one that's more narrow. The new one is the wider one. I know one is for the OEM Evo 10 pressure plate, or the clutch cover they call it. The other one is supposed to be for like Evo 8s, Evo 9s, and all Evo 10 pressure plates that aren't OEM. And obviously this isn't OEM. This is a comp stage 3. And I ordered the one that I thought was the right one, but it seems like it's just way too wide for this pressure plate. So I just looked at this ACT monolock little booklet. I ordered the one for the OEM Evo 10 pressure plate, which really pisses me off. So I guess we're forced to use the old monolock collar because I can't obviously run a stock clutch in here because that's not going to hold any power. You see how much wider the new one is versus the used one? Yeah. I feel like it's always going to be in the back of my mind now. Is it going to hold? Is it going to hold? Or is it going to pop out? This sucks. I don't know how I ordered that one. It's not the right one. It's 8007P is the one for the Evo 10 OEM, and the other one is 8006, I believe, or 406 and 407P. So the one I needed is 406. I ordered the wrong damn part. Shit. Well, with that being said, I'm not gonna wait around another week. I'm gonna put it in the car, and if it continues to hold, I'll check it periodically. If it continues to hold, let's hope it holds for a long time. Alright, so we are almost to where we left off before we discovered that issue we were having. Right now I have rear motor mount on, the side motor mount on, and pretty much... Uh-oh, we just broke something. Sick. We put the slave cylinder on. I'm going to push in the clutch and see if everything works. See if this guy will hold up. I feel like I'm always going to be worried about this. Let's give it a shot, see what happens. It's working. I mean, so far so good. Is it gonna hold up over the next few years? I guess only time will tell. Let's go ahead and throw the rest of the motor mounts on. We gotta do all the stuff on this side of the motor. AC compressor, alternator, power steering. As soon as we get to that point, we'll be exactly where we left off, which is like 20 more minutes of work. Not that bad. So right now we are exactly where we left off a long time ago, about a week ago when we had the clutch issue. Actually, you know what? We're a little bit farther because we have the transfer case bolted up. So yeah, this is how it is right now. I think the next thing we're gonna move on to is the intake manifold and all the wiring. I'll throw the ECU back on. Let's get after it and see how much time we got left in the day. I still have the train tonight too. I gotta hit the gym if I'm gonna go on this vacation. I gotta look good for the vacation, I'm saying. Especially next to Bobby. It's a little bit hard to achieve though. Yeah guys, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day right here, but before we end out the video, let's go see if this clutch is working like it should and it's not gonna pop out of place. I'd be freaking pissed if it pops out. We should be good. Like I said, I don't know if it's gonna last. I sure hope it does. I have a feeling it will because it's locked in and I've pushed in the clutch like 100 times at least by now. So I think we should be good. I'm really hoping and praying that we're good.